Hi, my name is Andre, and I am wearing a tie. And I did put it on specifically for this video because I just feel like if you're going to make a video saying that you believe God to be real, you should probably be wearing a tie. So this has been my experience, is that I have been on a journey to prove to myself that whatever it is that I've been going through is related to God. And it's been about 2 years since the first initial experience, and since then I've just paid very close attention to it. I've been without cable, I've been without, I don't really pay attention to the news, and I've just been following purely the messages that I've been receiving from God and the way that it's transpired and played out in my life has been profound, and it just keeps getting stronger, and it just keeps proving itself more. And the thing is that I am definitely putting myself out there by making this video, but I believe it proves that God is real. And if you've read any of the poetry that I've put out recently and the concepts, my overall idea is an idea of world peace, and the knowledge that God is real, and the knowledge that whatever it is, because I have become exposed to a few concepts just by talking to a couple of people about this. There's some kind of awakening going on, and people have all of these ideas, and I haven't invested in any of that. Somebody would give me a link to a website, and I would go to the website and then quickly just not go back, because this literally just happens to me. And so I feel when I say something or when I express it, it doesn't come from anywhere, and then I'll see it 3 weeks later in the news, so I know it's genuine. And again, for me to put myself out there like this, it's a big deal, and I wouldn't do it unless I had know for sure that what's happening is real. So I wanted to give one quick example of something that happened that was similar to this, but again, this was at the beginning of this process, and again, a lot of these things have happened, but it's only my word against the experience, and it helps explain what I was able to document today. The way that it happens with me is when I challenge myself in ways that it doesn't even matter if it's big or small. And sometimes it's the smallest of things, but for me it's a pure challenge, and it's going against everything that I am. And because I was in this process, when something like this would happen, it would yield something supernatural, like almost kind of like a gift from God of wisdom, or a gift from God of something supernatural. And is the best word I can use to explain it. And one thing was, I'm kind of a messy guy. I mean, I'm single, I'm a guy, I live in an apartment, I got a dog. I get messy sometimes. So one of the things, plus I was in the military, and I did a lot of cleaning in the military. One of the last things that I like to do now is clean. So I can tend to be a little bit of a mess. That's just, I'm being honest. It's all honesty-based, truth-based, faith-based. It's taken a lot of time to get here, and a lot of experience, let me tell you. And I sat down and I was going through these things, and again, this is just one of them, like probably midway through of when this started. And I cleaned my apartment. I made the decision, okay, I'm going to clean my place. I'm going to start trying to be a clean, very tidy person. And I cleaned up my apartment, and I was just sitting there, and I left the closet. The closet was the last place, and I sat down. And again, at this point, I've been guided by God many times, literally almost as if I was being moved by Him spiritually. I was not in the driver's seat, and the only reason why I was in this position is because I was open to it, and I was being truthful with how I got there. And so the best way I can put it is that it was an earned moment. It's something that I worked hard for, and so I acknowledge them when they happen. But I got up, and I left my closet, and right when I sat down, as if like, okay, everything's done but the closet, I got that feeling. and it said, it's not words, it's a feeling. And it was very, very soft. Finish the closet. Why clean your entire apartment and then not do the closet? Challenge yourself to finish what you started. That's what you do, Andre. You start things that mean something to you, and you seem at some point to stop right at the end. Challenge yourself to get up and finish cleaning the closet. And again, at this point, it was halfway through, so I very, very hesitantly had gotten to this point. It was a lot of back and forth, and at this point, I just simply went with it, listened to God. I listened to that feeling. And like a kid who just got told by his dad to go clean his room, I kind of got up, and I was like, and I went into the closet, and I started to clean my room, the closet. And as I was cleaning the closet, I started to sing to myself. And I was singing, 5-13-13, 5-13-13, 5-13-13, 5-13-13, as I'm cleaning. And then I finished cleaning, and I stopped myself. And I went, 5-13-13, what am I humming? What am I saying? Number one, I don't speak Spanish, and number two, what's the relevance of those numbers, and why am I humming them to myself? And right when I did that, that was the beginning of this spiritual motion. As soon as I finished cleaning the closet and became aware that I was humming these numbers, I simply set my stuff down. I walked out to the jacuzzi at my building, and I sat there, and the sun was so bright, and it was shining right down on me, and I was just in a moment of meditation and calm, and kind of like that, and then it was like, go to your phone. And again, at this point, I let it move me when it happens, and I went on my phone and I sat at the table, and the sun was so bright and it was piercing right down on me, and something said Google this particular word, and I Googled the word, and then I saw a hyperlink, and I clicked on that hyperlink, and then I clicked on that hyperlink, and then I clicked on that hyperlink, and it somehow got me to this page, and I knew to stop on that page, and the page said, what is bound by God on earth is bound by God in heaven. And right when I knew that, and I had been experiencing these ideas with being bound and or seeing ties, and everything was confusing. And right when that happened, I was like, that's what that meant. All of those ties that I was seeing, being bound. And it was almost kind of like, there you go. There's that wisdom that you were looking for about what I was trying to show you. What all that meant is that binding yourself by God now, you're binding yourself in heaven permanently. And it was this moment, I can't explain it, but it was like this calm of where I was hearing a clear message from God, and He had delivered it through me. And then my phone clicked down, and it was 5:33 p.m. at that moment. Right when that moment happened, of clarity, that I had just received a clear message, I knew what it meant, and things that had been confusing to me before were now meant something. To that moment, my phone clicked down, and it was 5:33 p.m., which is 5:13. So those moments happened to me, and again, you can say, wow, that was just coincidence, but at that point, they had constantly been happening, and that was a small example. That was on the smaller end. Today was something on the larger end, and that's why I'm choosing to share it. And it's relevant to the story I just told. Recently I've been making some changes, dietary changes, cutting a lot of things out, gluten, stuff like that. At some point I went vegan. I've decided to go back to more of and then I stopped. I started eating steak and shit. Stuff. And I've decided to go back to a more of a vegetarian lifestyle. And so at this point, I've made so many changes that now I've been receiving things personally, as if God has been saying to me, it's going to resonate out now. It's not going to be personal. You're going to be able to express the work that you've done, and it be a clear message to those around you. So that's why I've been writing poetry and I've been posting concepts. For me, this is very personal. It's scary, but I'm posting it because it's real and it's really happening. And I believe that it's all with an idea of world peace, love, and it only comes from God. It only comes from love. That's the only way I've gotten here, is because I've paid 100% attention to my heart and listening to God, nothing else. And I believe it's important for me to share this because we need God. The world needs whatever this is. It's here for love. It's here to say, this is not for me to tell you what to do. It's for you to experience what I am going through, and maybe by me sharing it, this becomes possible for everyone. I made the decision to stop drinking coffee. I love coffee. It's my thing. You know, I don't eat meat anymore. I don't drink soda. I love soda. I love coffee. It's my last little vice thing. I made the decision to cut coffee out. And today, you know, I woke up and I went to my men's group, CIC, Palm Springs. And I also went to the gym. When I came home, my fridge is full of only vegetarian food, except I wasn't sure about how I was going to do the no coffee thing. I go to Starbucks every day, I walk my dog. So I went to the store and I found myself in the tea aisle. And I decided, hey, you know what? There's a few teas here. One says positive energy. The other says good energy. I'm going to purchase these teas, and this will be my new coffee. And I bought them, and I walked past the coffee, which was difficult. And I went home, and I sat down, and I made my tea. I put my Irish Italian cream in there still because, hey, you know, I gotta have something, right? And I drank my tea. And as soon as I took that first sip, I went into the same kind of experience that I had with the closet, but this was very, very powerful. And I got up, got my dog, and I just started to walk. And I started to walk to the 99-cent store down the street. And I knew something was coming. I knew I was in one of those moments. And what I did was I walked over to the side and I made a video because I didn't know where I was going at that point. So I walked and I made the video saying, I'm in the moment. And if you end up seeing this video, it's because one of those stigmata type of situations has transpired, and I wanted to be sure to capture the moment before, where I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what's happening, I'm literally just walking to the store, I'm not going to purchase anything, I'm literally walking because God is moving me in a moment spiritually. And if you see this video, it's because something of fruition has happened. It's meant something, and so now this is the video that you're watching here. And I got